Saranac Lake. We stopped first at the Ice Palace. And there goes that wonderful cannon. Lots of people here to celebrate the Winter Carnival. The world famous 2010 Ice Palace is before us. And we're going to have a great time today talking with people, watching the 113th Winter Carnival Parade. The theme is Adirondack Cowboys this year. We have reenactors from the Civil War era who are here on the banks of Lake Flower. You heard them fire a report a few minutes ago. The lake, of course, is frozen over, and that's where the beautiful blocks are cut for the Ice Palace every year. See, look at these colorful characters.
Uh-oh, you guys are saved it. Good luck, Nate.
The period before the parade between 10 and 11 in the morning is generally designed for people to come to the Ice Palace and meet the characters. Let me just move over a little bit and get some of their faces for you. They are beautiful.
Rest.
People and pets are here, kids, grandmothers and grandfathers, and senior citizens who remember a lot of the winter carnivals in the past. This is the backside of the Ice Palace. Beautiful lights and various other objects are embedded in the ice every year. And there are outbuildings, if you will, various other structures, all attempting to adhere to the theme of Adirondack Cowboys. There's some of the blocks that are left over. But if you think this is a stagecoach, I think you're right. How do you like that? The American flag and the Canadian flag. We're now on the street side of the Ice Palace. You can see engraved in the ice, Adirondack Cowboy, the theme of this year's Winter Carnival, and that's the entrance. And we walk through the entranceway. Kids are having a ball, oblivious to the fact that this is a cool day on February 13th, about 16 degrees. Yesterday morning, the 12th, was 11 degrees below zero here in Saranac Lake. Of course, there are lots of Kodak moments inside the Ice Palace every year, and people love to take pictures. But I'll tell you the truth, if that were me, it's a good thing I'm well padded. I wouldn't want to sit there for more than about 8 or 10 seconds for reasons you might be able to determine yourself.
No, I think that's safe.
And I told you there would be characters here today. There are always lots of wonderful cartoon characters in the Winter Carnival parades. For those of you who have been watching it every year on Hometown Cable, I'm Gordy Little with the Hometown Cable cameras. Actually, my own little camcorder. Calvin is elsewhere today, but we're combining this with the wonderful Winter Festival that you saw at the beginning of this program from Post 1619 American Legion in West Plattsburgh, recorded just 1 week ago. Before the parade, I will be giving you a little bit about the history of the Winter Carnival here in Saranac Lake. How many blocks of ice, up to 3,000, it takes to build this Ice Palace. The difficulties they had a couple of weeks ago when it was 50-some degrees each day, and they thought they would have to destroy the entire Ice Palace and start over. But Mother Nature is shining on us today. Temperatures plenty cool enough to keep the ice frozen here on Lake Flower in Saranac Lake. Guess what, folks? It's mid-February. There's something else going on in the world besides the Winter Olympics in Vancouver, and we'd like to welcome you to the 2010 Winter Carnival. This year's theme here in Saranac Lake is Adirondack Cowboys, and there are lots of people in this beautiful Adirondack community to join the carnival celebration. It's about 15 minutes before parade time. Anybody who can get a hold of a cowboy hat in town here is wearing one today. This year the carnival runs from February 5th through Valentine's Day, and that's tomorrow, Sunday the 14th. We're here on Saturday the 13th, and it's a lucky day for us. For those of you who are not initiated to its history, this carnival goes back a very long ways. Actually, this carnival is the longest running event of its kind in the entire eastern part of the United States. And if you're counting, this is the 113th year. We're at the foot of Garden Street where our daughter-in-law Mary Baker lives, right up that way. Our car is parked in the driveway. And this has been our perfect vantage spot for recording the Winter Carnival parades for many years on hometown cable. You won't see my face today because I'm the one holding the camera. The parade is forming right now. This whole shindig began as a one-day affair called the Midwinter Carnival, and that was all the way back in 1897. And as those people who are familiar with it know that it's evolved into a fun-packed 10-day shindig these days, and the events run the gamut from 2 parades, various sporting activities, musicals, lots of other performances, fireworks, and much more. I'm sorry I missed them, but there were lots of special breakfasts and dinners, spaghetti dinners and the like. The world-famous Ice Palace that you saw at the beginning of the show. I wish I could come back tonight and take a picture of it after dark. They say it is spectacular. That Ice Palace began many years ago as an ice tower, and it finally grew into what you see today. The huge blocks of ice are cut, as we said before, from Lake Flowers, Pontiac Bay, almost in the same way as they cut them way back when they started in 1898. The blocks are 2 feet wide, 1 foot thick. They weigh up to 800 pounds, if you can believe that. And they're brought ashore on a conveyor belt. If you've never watched it happen, you ought to come here and take a look at it sometime. It takes up to anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000 blocks to make a big ice palace. And back on February 5th this year, when the 2010 celebration kicked off, the Winter Carnival King and Queen were crowned, Frank Camillo and Carol Rial. You'll see them later on today as the parade begins in just a few minutes. It's always fun to stand around before the parade begins, listen to the Saranac Lake High School band tuning up right in front of the Nice and Easy grocery shop across the street from Garden Street. Interesting to see all the cartoon characters, which you will see marching in the parade in just a few minutes. Bring the kids to the television set. All these characters are beautiful. Again, the theme of the 113th Winter Carnival is Adirondack Cowboy. And how about that for the cowboy's horse? The floats are forming, and we'll talk about the floats, about the parade, and more about the history of this wonderful event in the High Peaks in just a few minutes. Well, the 113th Winter Carnival Parade is about to get underway in just a very few moments. The police car in front of us will be the lead. Color guards are already forming. There are lots of floats forming in the back. Of course, when you have a coronation, you have to have a royal court, and this particular celebration is no exception at all. There's a prince and a princess elected at 2 local colleges. This year they're Justin Hicks and Brittany Leslie Maria Jones. and this parade is about ready to begin. There is what is called a court of royal lads and lassies who are elected at the local high school, and this year attendance to the King and Queen are Carter Cruikshank and David Snyder. The royal court couples are Rowan Jones and David Benham, Christina Giddings and Bed Ponce, Mackenzie Davison and Michael Brewer, Lizzie Romano and Will Brown, Hillary Pond and Vincenzo Megro, along with Ava Tyler and Alec Dumont. The royal court spokespersons are Mallory Cotter and Ryan Farmer. There are 6 pages, and the pages are selected at the local elementary school here in Saranac Lake. This year their director is Jessica Deeb. The pages are Marshall Moore, Mistra Newton, Sully Fogarty, Julia Chapin, Paige Foley, and Christian Monte. And the Archbishop this year is Paul Leahy. The Chamberlain is Chris Gosling. The Winter Court advisors this year, Carnival Court, are Sue Rice, Dawn Pietrus, and Clyde Baker. Everybody in this community is familiar with the many years of service by Don Dusso, a name that's familiar with everybody. He's been working for so many years organizing all aspects of the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival. And what you may not know is that this year Don was chosen as Grand Marshal of the parade way back on January 6th, and before they could finalize it, sadly Don died just 4 days after that at the age of 78. He had chaired the Carnival Committee here for something like 24 years. The committee met and decided unanimously that Don would still be the Grand Marshal posthumously of this parade. Others on the committee were asked how Don would be honored at the start of the parade, and one of them answered, "Don't worry, his presence will be clearly evident." Then, of course, there's the legend of Sarah the Snowy Owl, who's been the object of many legends and fables, who is the unofficial mascot of the parade. The fables about her have been written here since 1998. And don't forget those Winter Carnival buttons, designed since 1981 by Doonesbury creator Gary Trudeau, who calls this particular High Peaks community his home. You hear the sirens. That indicates that the 113th Winter Carnival Parade in Saranac Lake is begun. A lot of things happening in Vancouver, British Columbia today, but guess what, folks? There's a lot happening right here in Saranac Lake. People are loving it. Look at the dogs. Of course, near the front of the parade has to be the fire truck, Saranac Lake Fire Department, followed by the Saranac Lake High School marching band. Here's a rescue unit that's been parked at the base of Garden Street. We have no idea how long this parade is going to be for 2010, but it's always a good one. And the weather is perfect today. Temperatures about 20 degrees. No snow in the air, and we've done this parade through blizzards and all kinds of snow and ice conditions in the past. Once again, the theme of the parade in 2010 is Adirondack Cowboys. There's how they cut the ice on the lake, right there. In the Ice Palace. Look at the Grand Marshals. We told you that Don Dusso is expired, the Grand Marshal Don would be in that car and he'd be proud to be there with his great hat. There's the owl. They got their heavy coats and jackets on. The Cub Scouts are coming. And they're marching briskly, I might add. There isn't even much wind here today, and that's just beautiful. And here come the king and queen and the court and all the dignitaries whose names we mentioned a few minutes ago. We try not to get hit in the head with the candy. Those raccoon coats are nice, aren't they? It's a festive occasion for sure. And here comes a group representing the Adirondack Medical Center. I told you we're enjoying the party today at our daughter-in-law, Mary Baker's house up on the hill. And of course, she's worked at the Adirondack Medical Center for many years. I was very anxious to see what their contribution would be to the parade this year. Here's the general store right here. Ah, look at this. Dr. Twin Medicine Woman. Adirondack Medical Center. The Medicine Cowboy. Well, that's a pretty good float. Glad I don't have to vote today. Here's the Oriental Temple. They're here every year and we're delighted to have them, of course. A friendly wave. What would a parade be without the clowns, right? The best. Aren't they beautiful? Oh yeah, they're great. Everybody loves the clowns. Of course, the music is very important too, and the Shriners have music. Don't you love a march? Shriners do an awful lot of good. That's why we like to focus on them whenever we can. How do you like this, huh? He looks like he could pull my car, that dog. Yeah, big fellas. A lot of nice crowds on this end of town. The parade will go right through the community of Saranac Lake. And thousands of people who are gathered here just for this winter carnival, local residents and many others, are gathered for this festive occasion. Here's Trudeau Institute, improving health through medical research. My granddaughter Kelly works there. We've done a fairly recent television program of these people. President is on the float. Look at the moose. Hey, right in the moose. There we go. What a great float. Look at that. Isn't that the best? Are you ready for this? Oh, doesn't that just get your goat? These floats are really quite imaginative and colorful. Here come some of the characters. No parade would be complete without Tigger, right? How about a trombone trio? When the seats go marching in. And I think that song was Red River Valley, even though I only heard a little bit of it. It all started, as we told you, back in the late 1800s. People came here for the cure for tuberculosis, and there were cure cottages throughout the entire region. They needed some midwinter relief. So back in the late 1890s, they decided to start a midwinter carnival. And here we are, 113 years later, still going strong.
You just rode by us. Thank you. Yeah.
There's a truck wagon. There's a school truck wagon. Oh, he's a good bear. Here's the group we saw earlier today, about 10 o'clock this morning, down at the Ice Palace. I hope their ears are going to survive. That woke up the crowd. Oh, we got the music today, baby. Everybody dance. Are we having fun yet? We said we weren't going to have horses in this parade. They're leading the horses. Horses don't want to go forward. They're getting a little frisky, folks. OLC Draft Horse Club. We love them. Where's Melissa and George when we need them? Hey, wait a minute. Supposed to be the Three Little Pigs. Where's the other one? Oh, the Men in Black. There they are. Oh, there's Bonanza. I told you my great-grandchildren knew how to dance. Look at, hey, they're rocking and rolling. Look at them. Way to go, guys. Oh, what a beautiful group today. Literacy volunteers, and we spent so much time talking to them. Beautiful babies. Beautiful dogs. Who's the reader? Oh yes, literacy volunteers. And Bloomingdale School is coming. We love the kids. How about this one, folks? Look at the ring in the nose. Oh boy. And the ears, look at the ears. And we got kids. Oh boy, do we have kids. We have all kinds of kids. And babies. There's babies. And the 7 dwarfs. And Snow White is here. I wonder if the hair is warm. It looks warm. Can you hear the Ghost Riders in the sky? Look at these hats. Oh, there's an ombre for you. Look at this ombre. Oh, long, tall drink of water. Giving out the beads. One would think it was New Orleans. I guess the Saints gave out a few beads too, didn't they, huh?
Howdy! Howdy!
That Blake Kiwanis is here. Kiwanis Cowboy Cleanup Crew. There's a lot of K's in there. Look at the yellow hats. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Anybody here is not having a good time, it's because they woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. This is a great parade so far. That's a sombrero. I would have expected to hear a lot of good cowboy music today. My God, we got it. Look at it.
Texas, all the stars up in the sky. I saw miles and miles of Texas. Gonna live there till I die.
Wear long johns and keep your trap shut. That's a great float. A wonderful float. What would life be without a good pair of red long johns, or we used to call them long handles? Well, the White Face Masonic Lodge has been here longer than the Winter Carnival. Look at that. Happy Carnival to you. The Black Fly Roundup is here. Need to round up the black flies so they don't propagate in the spring. Why of ingenuity involved in the floats here today. How about this one? Oh yeah. That's a wild and crazy bull. That's the biggest black fly you'll ever see. Isn't that beautiful? Now that, folks, is a black fly. Well, the goose is here. And the Malone Garden Club is here with Ron Cook as president. Chairman Herdman, past president. It's great that the Winter Carnival Parade for 2010 is now broadcast on the internet around the world on hotsbirds.com and hometowncablenetwork.com. All your favorite shows. You can watch them wherever you go. Tell your friends and neighbors who live in Oshkosh and Cucamonga. There's what's called a Texas Longhorn. Is he really towing the truck? I mean, what do you think? You think so? There's a covered wagon if I ever saw one. Okay, we're busting the Bronco here, folks. Hold on tight. They're dragging it. I mean, they are dragging it. No wheels under that one. There wasn't last year, and there isn't this year either. How about that, huh? Those of you who are regular viewers of our little corner in Hometown Cable know that we've visited the Adirondack Museum in Blue Mountain Lake a couple of times for regular feature documentary shows. For our money, it's one of the finest museums in the world. Certainly is unique and includes so many wonderful things about our Adirondack heritage. I don't know if they talk a lot about Adirondack cowboys, but we do here today. 113th Winter Carnival in Saranac Lake. That's another very, very good float, complete with Adirondack chairs. I got a couple right in front of my house. Thanks to Sam Tedford, who made them for me a long time ago, and my son-in-law Roger Ryder brought them to me. They never had it so good on the real Broadway. Not that this isn't the real Broadway. It's February 13th, 2010. Corey Little, who's he? Using that old acronym from the radio days here in Saranac Lake. Enjoying the Winter Carnival Parade. There we go. You didn't know we were going to have a piper, did you? Yeah!
Support your local beard club.
Remember the Brothers of the Brush in Plattsburgh during the Sesquicentennial in 1964? That's not this group. 99% of these people weren't even born back then. Some pretty good beards are represented here today, though, I'll tell you that. There's one right there. How do you like, oh, look at this one. Oh, yeah. got some good ones here today. They're beautiful.
I don't like furry people.
Grow them if you can grow them. St. Joseph's Addiction Treatment and Recovery Centers here in High Peaks region. Doing a fine job. Well represented in this Winter Carnival parade in Saranac Lake.
Give me your cowboy hat.
There's lots going on, a lot of festivities in the High Peaks this weekend. Not the least of which are a lot of athletes in Lake Placid. A lot of the training has taken place for the Winter Olympics. Pardon my frozen lips. The Winter Olympics this year in Vancouver, British Columbia. Of course, there are lots of cowboys, would-be and erstwhile cowboys, and cowgirls handing out candy. There's the St. Joseph Salt Wagon. Look at the moose up there, huh? Hotel, Algonquin, the food store, pop, candy, ice, the library, the jail. That's a very nice place. Another covered wagon, that's Kelly's truck wagon. Oh yeah, I like gingerbread. Get the crowd going, don't they? So far, a great parade for 2010. What do you think? I don't know if this is Champy coming up. Champy should have a cowboy hat on, though, I think, don't you? Kidsville Kids! Kidsville Kids! What a wonderful organization this is, too. North Country's Family Fun newspapers. We hear about them all the time on our local media. And a band representing the Saranac Lake Adult Center.
This is going on my forehead.
And the parade is being broadcast locally on public access here in Saranac Lake. After a hiatus last year and enough people complained, so they got back on the cable this year and they're broadcasting from another vantage point closer to the center of the village on Broadway.
Hey, Sheriff.
And the sheriff stopped and gave me a citation for taking pictures without a permit. There you go. Just to prove that I'm a lawbreaker. And here come the Adirondack Green Circle Range Wranglers, celebrating local farms, locally grown food. Aren't they beautiful? Oh yeah, look at these instruments, folks. How do you like this one?
Yeah, they're my favorite.
case you didn't notice. Look at them.
Christoph already went by like 5 days ago.
Old camping grounds in North Bangor, Mahone, Moira, where I went to high school.
There's another thing in there.
Wonderful group of people.
That's a can.
Franklin County. How about that long last farm?
Closer and look at
That's a good group. Oh, the chipmunks are here. Look at this beautiful dog. Huh? We just love to jump out and lick some of those kids. I bet you. How about this, huh?
Christoph punched him and he just stood there. I like
From the Ladies Auxiliary, Saranac Lake, Veterans of Foreign Wars. We salute the VFW and all that they stand for. This looks like a fun float coming here. Lakes Humane Society, always glad to talk about them. Look at the beautiful pooches they have. Look at the nice coats. True love is rescue. Adopt a pet. Love comes in all shapes and sizes.
Look at that one.
There's the Northern Lights School coming up. Oh, this parade isn't over yet, folks. There's a lot more to come.
Oh my God, look at that. Look at
this little guy in the rocking horse in the wagon. Take a look at this. Rocking back and forth, having a good time. Oh, yeah. That's the way to do it. It's called mommy power. Those are parades are for children, little children, and big children. Young people, middle-aged people, senior citizens, all representatives from the Northern Lights School. The only place in the world where you wear a Western hat on top of a toque. See how they do that? That's pretty clever, isn't it? Boy, look at this one. Well built. Look at this rocking horse. Wow, look at this, folks. From the Northern Lights School. It's beautiful.
On my right, I see 5 mounted cows.
You recognize that song? Very, very well done. Congratulations to all the people whose thought and ingenuity went into creating these terrific floats. We're at the Winter Carnival Parade during the Winter Carnival in Saranac Lake, February 13th, 2010. Oh, we got creatures, and we got animals, and we got kids, and everybody's loving everybody. Everybody's just hugging. That's good. Spread the love. After all, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2010. I have no idea how many people are lining the streets here in Saranac Lake, but I dare say it's thousands. lot of different groups, organizations, and businesses represented in this year's parade. Radio Wears, the license plate says. Adirondack Amateur Radio Association. We have a couple of vehicles in the parade. And a radio communications vehicle. First there are fire trucks, emergency vehicles of all kinds, ambulances. This is part of the Amateur Radio Club. Promoting the Champlain Valley Heart Center, which donated the vehicle. Not too bad, huh? I don't know how far this truck came, but they didn't wash it. Look at the salt on it. There's another radio society, Amateur Radio Society, Northern Franklin. Looks like they've been on salty, snowy road. Got a banjo, but I don't hear it. He's getting a pick on, so he's ready to go pretty soon. Yeah. Hard to play the banjo when it's this cold out, I'll tell you that. Look at the dog, so strong. Look at this. He's beautiful. There we go. Champlain Valley Canine Unit, Search and Rescue. Friends in low places. You remember that song, don't you? Come up and see me sometime. Actually, come up and see us sometime. Paraphrase, Mae West from the old movie days. They all love the rescue dogs. Look at this one. Little girl with a lollipop in her mouth.
Oh, that's over.
A lot of dancing and singing. How about the Cowpoke Saloon up here, huh? Those aren't real people, are they? Are they real? You think so? I love it. A couple of jugs or something up there. Told you there'd be more horses. Here they come. That's a real lasso. Oh, she got him. She got him.
You know who took it around? I've seen her. What are you going to say? Hey, a cow. No.
She's from coldbeefproducts.com. Hey, Clyde Rabbiter would love that. I heard he's running for mayor.
Come here.
Well, the Spirit of Scotland Pipe Band is coming, and those people who know me know how I love the pipe. horses and little horses. Adirondack Cowgirl 56, all natural snowmobilers. There we go. Look at the size of this one. Isn't that beautiful? That man's coming. Look out. For a girl in a short skirt. Wow. Gotta be a little cool. Recognize that sound? I asked if the lawn chair ladies would be here, and guess what, folks? How do you like the covers for their lawn chairs? Aren't they beautiful? Each one with their name. They're always a huge hit. Nice tribute to the late Don Dusso there too. The Grand Marshal of this year's Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Parade. You always want a bike that big? Is that the big boy's bike or the little boy's bike? Here's an interesting concept. Church Street Enterprises with a merry-go-round. There's the Calliope music. Very clever. Boy, here's a classic car that you might remember. Saranac Lake, 600 horsepower, racing cowboy. Remember Wes Moody? Those of us who are fans of the races can never forget. Now the Wes Moody landscaping team. Oh yeah, lots of hugs and lots of fun and all kinds of excitement. Moody's Farms Roundup, don't pinch me in. None of those kids are old enough to even remember what that song is all about. Bing Crosby knows, up there somewhere. Well, we don't need that front end loader here. Today was hardly any snow in the high peaks. The Adirondack 4-H horse lovers are here. Aren't they beautiful? Oh yeah. 4-H. What would we do without them? I think we're coming fairly close to the end of the 113th Saranac Lake Winter Carnival Parade. We're here staging this on February 13th, 2010. The theme this year, in case you haven't guessed, is Adirondack Cowboy. I don't know if these are cowboys or not right here, but it looks like they're pretty warm and toasty. You'd have to tell me how that fits in with the theme. But at least they look comfortable. Big Boss Sausage. Saranac Lake Volunteer Fire Department at both the beginning and the end of the parade. It's been one of the best parades we can recall. Lots of our friends and neighbors watching the parade and in the parade. The weather has been nice, very close to 20 degrees in Saranac Lake with only a little bit of snow in the woods, just as it should be. Bloomingdale Fire Department. A special salute for all the fire departments and rescue squads that are represented here today. And for the Saranac Lake Police on the beginning and the end of the parade. They're terrific. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank people for supporting Hometown Cable and our little corner these many years. We've done hundreds of programs like this one, many historical, great interviews, tremendous places.
Where's Mel?
Calvin Castine had a dream back in the early 80s and look what it's evolved into. Reminding you if you have suggestions about what topics you'd like to have us cover, people you'd like to have us interview, interesting places you'd like to have us go, please call Calvin Castine, 298-4663. If you'd like to make a monetary contribution from your own private checkbook or from your business, we really would appreciate it because it's the only way we can keep this going. We'd love to give you name mentions at the beginning and ends of our program. We'd also like to have you watch the program and tell your friends all around the world that we're now on the internet at Plattsburgh.com and HometownCable.com, HometownCableNetwork.com, and Plattsburgh.com. Thanks to Brian McBride for coming up with the internet scheme, and occasionally we even do streaming video. Calvin does streaming video all the time from his little offices up there on the Ridge Road in Champlain, and you can view those at will at Plattsburgh.com. Thanks to our daughter-in-law Mary Baker for allowing us to come to her house in Saranac Lake and enjoy some more of this hospitality. Thanks to all the people from the High Peaks region who support the Winter Carnival every year. A special tip of the hat to the late Don Dusso, the Grand Marshal of the parade, who tragically died while the parade was being organized, but who did it for almost 30 years here today. It's been a great salute. It's been a wonderful opportunity to see the kids. There's a little one with his guitar over his shoulder. So the dogs and the cats and the kids and even some chickens were here today to enjoy the 113th Winter Carnival. We hope you enjoyed the Ice Palace and the parade itself. We hope you come and see us next year and tell your friends about the Winter Carnival in Saranac Lake. Who knows where we're going to be next time for our little corner.
Peace out, Cub Scout.
Go this way. That's the guy who honked the horn. Everybody knows now.